you were now able to sell, honestly, some surprisingly mediocre artwork for $20,000.
The world has been changing a lot over the last many years, and that's not exactly a surprise to some of you. But one of the things that has been shocking is the rise of certain kinds of digital currency and tokens that are making some people rich by investing in them, selling them, and being crafty in how they give them out. It may have started out as a niche thing, but as the non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, have proven, it can truly be blown up to massive sizes, and it can leave many people confused as to what in the world is going on. So allow us to show you how crypto NFTs are your best opportunity to get rich in 2021. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 6. The NFT boom. As in all things, this boom, if you will, with NFTs started in the most random and yet brilliant of ways. It was the gavel smack heard round the world. Mike Winkelmann made waves in February when he sold through Christie's auction house a gargantuan collage of frequently crass computer-crafted sketches for $69.3 million. The moment signaled the apex of a digital collectible craze. On the auction block were non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, coded references to one-of-a-kind virtual goods that are logged on a blockchain, the distributed accounting ledger that underpins cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and, more often, in this case, Ethereum. NFT mania crescendoed over the past year like the build-up to an EDM drop as prices of the cryptocurrencies to which they're tied soared through the roof. Winkelmann, who goes by the alias Beeple, or sometimes Beeple crap, represents the apotheosis of the trend, but there are plenty of other examples of unbridled exuberance. Musical artists ranging from the rock band Kings of Leon to the R&B pop star The Weeknd have sold limited edition audio tracks for millions of dollars. New York Times columnist Kevin Rose pawned off an op-ed for $804,354.50. Jack Dorsey, Twitter's founder and chief executive, hawked his first ever tweet, "Just setting up my Twitter," for $2.9 million. Some of them donated the proceeds to charity. As NFTs have become the latest plaything for the rich and famous, regular investors have sat on the sidelines wondering whether $587,000 for the Nyan Cat GIF makes any sense whatsoever. Naysayers have also pointed to the massive energy costs of blockchain applications. In short, everything is a bit up in the air right now, and with so many people now trying to bank on the NFT craze, both big and small, you might wonder just how valuable it can be going forward. 5. NFT status. To be clear, NFTs are not a type of cryptocurrency, and some believe this quote-unquote investment is mostly being driven by the greater fool theory, a theory that says you can make money on anything if you find a greater fool to pay more money than you did. Which, if we're being really honest here, is a fair point in regards to how some make money. Like nearly any other item people collect or desire, NFTs are worth whatever someone is willing to pay for them. For example, Paris Hilton recently created a digital picture of a cat and sold it on an Ethereum-based auction platform, Cryptograph, for 40 Ethereum, which was worth around $17,000 at the time, now worth more than $68,000. If you're a huge Paris Hilton fan, then paying that much for a digital cat picture she made might seem like a steal. For the rest of the universe, though, not so much. After all, what can you do with a unique cat photo other than store it on your computer and hope to find a greater fool to pay more for it later on? Then again, some NFTs seem more useful than others, e.g. a digital concert ticket. And there are deeper reasons NFTs are becoming popular. For example, David Shack, vice president of product at LexShare, says collectors and crypto enthusiasts find joy and excitement in participating in an early iteration of what may someday become a standard mechanism for buying, selling, and owning on the internet. Michael Turpin, CEO of Transform Group and co-founder of Aspire, says that scarcity and desirability is what makes any collectible valuable, from an antique car to a collectible stamp or coin. NFTs are uniquely designed with scarcity programmed in, allowing an artist to make limited editions or even originals with only one token available, he says. Turpin says NFTs can also represent a physical object, as is the case with IceCap, which tokenizes investment-grade diamonds. If that doesn't seem the most clear of things, don't worry, you aren't alone on that front. Cryptocurrency as a whole confuses a great many people, and that's why many steer clear of it. Yet, with all that's going on with Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and now the NFT market, you kind of have to look into everything and see whether you can do something with it, given the money that is being thrown around here. 4. The investment question. At this point, you might be wondering if you should invest in NFTs. If that's the case, you should start by asking yourself a simple question. Why? Crypto expert Scott Morgan, founder of Crypto Integrity DAO, says individuals have been hearing about NFTs the last 2 weeks because of the unimaginable sums of money being made on them. They appeared as if by magic, fueling debates on art, finance, and fads, he says. However, he believes it's good for newcomers to realize that forms of NFTs have been around for many years, and it's simply the fast money that put a spotlight on it, a trend that has been going on for a while recently. Further, people need to remember that NFTs are a lot like the initial coin offering, ICO craze, in the fact that all ICOs sounded great, but plenty turned out to be scams. This does not mean that almost all NFTs are scams, he says. It's just good to remember that. When so much hype delivers this amount of money, there are many incentives to convince innocent people to risk too much money. This is a trend that also plagues various other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Dogecoin because at one point they might be worth a lot of money and then the next minute, not so much. Or in most cases, they'll reach a peak and then people will invest and the stock will crash the next day. 3. What to consider before you invest. Pierre Bourque of Blockchain Radio believes investors should do their homework before buying NFTs. There are a lot of available art NFTs, much of it forgettable, something that mirrors more established art forms, he says. But they're all available together online, which makes a lot of visual noise that takes some degree of knowledge and insight to sift through. Unless you have incredible knowledge of what makes digital art unique, or the market forces that might make something as fleeting as a digital painting grow in value over the years, you might be destined to fail at NFTs from an investment standpoint. This is part of the reason Morgan says investors should be wary of NFTs, even if they're fun to dabble in. Don't risk your financial stability, he says. Basically, NFTs are now worth what people are willing to pay, and not much else is a factor. In short, you need to be mindful of everything going on in the realm of NFTs, else you're going to be the one holding the bag. And that was prevalent in another get-rich-quick event that happened in 2021. 2. The GameStop stock incident. In the early months of 2021, an event happened that literally set Wall Street ablaze in its own way as a group of Redditors found out that hedge fund managers were trying to short sell stock from GameStop. They countered this by coming together and buying up stock from the store chain and making it worth way more than it should have. They were cleaning up. Naturally, people heard about this and so they bought into it as well. When they did, the stock market closed itself off and made it so that people could make the money that others did by taking the stock market off guard. It's the same thing here with NFTs. A lot of people made money because it was an unknown. But if everyone tries to do that, it won't work. And many will get hurt in the process if they're not careful. Don't be one of the not careful ones, okay? 1. Can you get rich off NFTs in 2021? Yes, you can. That's the simple answer to it. But as stated before, you have to be wise in how you tackle things, because you're banking on a digital construct giving you tangible real money should you find the right buyer. And right now, it's a buyer's market because everyone's trying to get in on the craze and some of them will get rich. But not unlike with cryptocurrency, if things go a certain way, it'll backfire and suddenly it'll be a seller's market where everyone's trying to get their money back or as close to it as possible, if possible. So, can you use NFTs to get rich? Sure. But be smart. Don't do things on impulse. Do the work and research and see where it lands you. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at NFTs and how they are making people some serious money and how you should invest in them if you play it in the right way? Do you think that this is just the latest fad in cryptocurrency, or is this yet the next step in the inevitable conversion to fully digital currency? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.